my name's Aaron. Welcome back to my channel. How are you? I'm fantastic and I'm doing really well. And today, from the house of Initio, I am reviewing Paragon. They're changing the bottles, I think, when I saw the other day. I hope that they don't change what's inside, because that normally happens. This Harvey Nichols site is horrible. Every time I go somewhere, something pops up. I hate that. Okay, this is £255 for 90ml with its third fragrance, Paragon's Initio. The headiest creation is taking its... I'm not going to read all this. It's going on, and I'm not going to do that. Thank you. The notes are lavender, sage, bergamot, plum, black pepper, and the base notes are sandalwood and oud. Do we have our bottles of Paragon by Initio? Are we engaged with the higher self? Let's get testing. I have no idea what to even think about this, but hey ho, let's look at the atomizers. Okay, let's buy the fragrance. This is radiant. I'm quite surprised. I don't know why I'm surprised when things are radiant. I had a theory the other day that my stuff I just get saturated in stuff all the time, so I don't really get radiance because I'm completely covered in perfume all the time. Who knows? This is a new take on plum. Radiant, clean, unisex, light, bright, airy, appealing. Plum in a green way instead of plum in a juicy way. So when constructing fruit-based gourmand fragrances, you can either choose to go dry, and that would be a Domescone dry wine way, either alpha or beta Domescone. One is apple, one is plum, that sort of thing. Or you can go in a more juicy direction, which is using more acetates in a different direction and some ethyl maltose to make it sweeter. So that's kind of where you can kind of go with them. Dry, wine-like, or juicy, photorealistic. Using a lot of stemone in this, and stemone is used, smells of green stem. Also, blackcurrant as well. So this is going in a blackcurrant directions, fruit acetates, stemone to give greenness, and blackcurrant. Makes me think of Ribena. I like Ribena. And Broxin heavy. Broxin's an amazing raw material. I was telling people in work actually that when I first started, I used to buy tiny little pots. And I remember 6 years ago, the company I buy my Broxin, they bought brand name Broxin I use, which I've used for 6 years. And it was much more expensive than the Broxin I was using. And they always said, all we can let you have is a kilogram. And I remember thinking back then, oh my God, I don't think I can afford it. Oh, I don't know what to do. It's much, much more expensive. And now I go through 25 kilograms at a time, just burn through it. And Broxin is a really lovely raw material. It has so many amazing uses, but it can be used as a fixative because of the viscosity of it. And it can give dry, amber, diffusiveness to it. And that's this. So this is giving you dry, diffusive nature backed upon headium to give sort of a floral nature. Interesting too, why they didn't use Ice Super in sort of the choice, because that would have been quite nice as well. That would give it more of a woody, and that's kind of where I'd go with sort of plum. I would have gone for more of a wood direction. The dry down is much nicer, and there's actually the starting bit. I was a bit like, oh, I don't know if I like sort of dry fruit tannin thing. The dry down, it's starting to become more delicious, and the green aspect is starting to evaporate off. And then you're left with the sort of the heart and the richness of the fragrance, which is the coumarin, vanillin raw materials. I love the choice of acetates as well. The plum aspect is really nice because they're using ambertolide, and ambertolide is a really lovely raw material. It could be used to cleanness, and it can be used to give fruit sort of facets to it and lift. This is quite clean, sharp. With the lily of the valley raw materials and the ambertolide, this is giving you cleanness to the formula. So this is giving you quite a clean feel. The problem is with the use of high amounts of lily of the valley raw materials, it can sort of transform from middle of the road to sort of slightly feminine, which is fine. Those major raw materials can smell slightly female leading. But this is just giving cleanness, elevation, fruit. It smells quite simplistic, and it smells quite linear. On to my final thoughts. So I'm going to put it right out there. There's things I like, things I don't like. I love heliotrope, heliotrope is a delicious raw material. I love the coumarin, the vanillin, those I love. I love the construction of the plum accord, which is the DMBCA molecules. And then I love the use of aldehydes of C18. I love all of them. So I love that aspect to it. I love the bergamot use. I love the patchouli use. I love the sharpness from the pepper. I love all of that. But I don't really like the overly green aspect to it. This is really personal. Because I kind of like fruit accords to be sort of smell really sort of juicy and smell like kind of like delicious. You want just all that sort of stuff. So in that aspect, I kind of don't like that to it, but I love the lift. I love the volume. I love the simplicity of the fragrance. I think it smells very lovely, very delicious, but that green aspect is kind of not for me. I also love the ambers in it as well. I love the construction, everything about it. The price is excelente, but that one aspect spoiling it a little bit for me, if I'm honest with you, and I would have loved it a little bit more juicier. That's kind of what I would have liked. I'm going to mark it an 8 out of 10. I think it's a beautiful formula. I think it's great. I tend to recommend it if you love gourmands, you love fruit fragrances, you like all that. The volume is great. The CR should be great. Longevity would be great. It's a great fragrance. It's really beautifully constructed. But that for me is like not what I would particularly go for, but I can sort of recommend it. I think it's great for unisex, actually. I think it's very unisex. I think it's great for colder months. I think it's be a nice date fragrance, actually. I think it's be a really nice thing to wear on a date because it's got that sort of delicious gourmandy aspect to it, and it smells very clean. So those are very nice. And I think it would have, because of the way it's been constructed, have lots of radiance to it and lift. So this would be a hard-working fragrance. Very nice. But I think an 8 out of 10's like really fair mark because I don't particularly like an aspect to it and I would have liked it a slightly different way. So there you go. So we love that review. Thumbs up and subscribe for more fascinating, interesting content. Lots of moving hands and lots of fragrance views. Hope staying safe and well. See you soon.